this is my audience and I'm going to start. Have you ever baked something before? If yes, you will know baking is easy to be messed up in terms of texture, flavor, color, or shape, even if you do very small things wrong. But if you know little details for the successful baking, the outcome can be the best gift or the favorite treat for yourself or your loving person. I bake butter cookie for my family sometimes, and my butter cookie is the favorite cookie of my family since I mastered the recipe. So I want to introduce my best butter cookie recipe with every small detail that will help you for successful baking. First off, we're going to start with the preparing ingredient. Preparing ingredient is as important as any steps in baking process because in the baking, condition of ingredient makes big difference of the outcome. Now, for the best condition, place butter in the room temperature at least 30 minutes before start baking. That way it'll be easy to be measured and also easy for the mixing process. Before start measure all the ingredients, start preheat the oven to 355 degrees. And we're going to measure 4 cups of flour, 2 1/4 sticks of butter, 1 1/5 cup of sugar, 2 1/2 of eggs, half teaspoon of vanilla extract, and a pinch of salt. After you measure everything, crack all the eggs into the small bowl and lightly stir it to make it easy to use for the next step and also prevent the shell goes into the cookie dough. And always sift your flour into the fine strainer for even texture and even surface of the cookie. Now we're done with the preparing step, so we'll be moving on to the mixing process. First, start with whip the butter in the large bowl until it gets really soft and smooth texture. When it almost looks like mayonnaise, we're going to add sugar and salt into the whipped butter. And continue to whip the mixture until sugar melted about 70%. If the sugar are not melted enough, the texture of cookie will be hard. Or if sugar is over melted, the cookie will be spread instead of staying in the shape. If you're not sure how much of sugar melted, dip your finger into the mixture and rub it on your finger. If you feel a little bit of grain of sugar, then sugar is melted just right. Now we're going to add eggs into the butter sugar mixture. When you add the eggs, you need to add little by little and whip the mixture fast as you can at the same time. The butters are oil-based and the eggs are water-based. Therefore, it is important to add little by little and mix fast enough to prevent the oil part and water part separating. Now, add vanilla extract for rich flavor, and we only have one ingredient left, the flour. Add flour into the mixture and mix it gently just until you don't see any flour. Make sure do not overmix it, otherwise the texture of cookie will be chewy like a bread. When you're done with the mixing process, put the dough into the pastry bag and place it in refrigerator for at least 30 minutes. Chill the dough will help you for easy shaping and it also helps you for getting even surface of cookie. In addition, put the shaping tips in the pastry bag before fill the dough. It's optional for the beautiful shape. While the dough is chilling, we're going to line the baking pans with the parchment paper for prevent the cookie to be stick on the pan. And we just need to shape the dough on the baking pans before putting it in the oven. Gently grab the pastry bag that filled with chilled dough and squeeze out the dough on the baking pans. You can make any shape as you want, but try to make them all same size and same thickness for evenly baked cookie. Also, make sure to leave enough space between doughs for prevent the dough stick together in the oven. If you're done with the shaping step, we're going to put the baking pans in the preheated oven for 10 to 15 minutes or just until cookies turn to golden brown color. After cookies out of the oven, place cookies on the wire rack and wait until cookies cool down before serve. Now we have the rich, buttery, soft, and crispy butter cookies. The best butter cookie is easy to make. if you try to keep all the detail of the recipe from preparing ingredient to bake it. However, I believe that taste a good sample is as important as learning recipe, so I brought my best butter cookie today. I hope you guys enjoy it and confidently bake on yourself later for yourself or your loving person. Thank you.